What's going on, blue chips? I'm a little early here, but there's a reason. I'll tell you in a second. Everybody's not supposed to like you. If they do, then you're not doing it right. Let's get to it. Last day of April. We are not usually very good on the last days of months, but we're going to see what happens here. I wonder, does this work? No, that button doesn't work. Okay. I was going to let you guys look at the scanners here for a second, but I don't have that set up. At least, I wonder if I could set it up real quick, because I have to run and do something. Let's see. Can't do it there. Can I go studio mode? Okay, there we go. So add scanners, display. Okay. There we go. Okay. Might look a little funny here. Let's see. Studio mode gone. Scanners.
Yes, Brayden.
There we go. All right, I will be right back. Thomas, what's up? Marketing, what's up? Shin, good morning. Vincenzo, good morning. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Sorry about that. So, what a morning. It all started last night. I actually tried to log into DOS on my phone via their mobile app, and I entered the wrong password just once, but I don't understand what happened. And I got lucky here. As everything was loading, I tried to click a message that popped up on the thing to change my password, and it came right up over the 75-cent buy ask button, and I clicked it, but if you see, the error popped up, please select an account. Looks like it wouldn't have been a bad buy though, because it was actually down here at 1620. But yeah, almost got into a trade by accident there. But it was actually, yeah, it was on CCL. Why? Oh, did I not hit enter? There we go. I guess it would have been fine on AAL too. But so what happened is I tried to log in, and I typed in the wrong password once, but then I tried to type in a password again, and it told me I was wrong 5 times in a row, and it locked me out of the account. So with CMEG, their customer service line doesn't open until 9 o'clock. So I had to wait until 9, and I literally got off the phone like about a minute before I went live with you guys. And as you can hear, they're being pains in the butt. Did you get it done?
For now, I'm sure I'll be getting calls from Doug.
But yeah, so we are dealing with the kids there for a second too. So yeah, quite an interesting morning. We're gonna historically go into the last day of the month not doing too well, and we're just gonna use the scanners. Apparently the market is going a little bit crazy this morning. Had a pretty big day yesterday, started gapping up, and When I went to bed last night, the futures was gapping up. Let's see if it still... I want to see what happened here. Yeah, I went to bed around midnight, and look at this thing. So, yeah. So right around midnight, look, this thing was actually gapping up. And then right after I went to bed, it was literally right here. So when I went to bed, look at what happened since then. Pretty crazy. So, yeah, we got about 10 seconds here to the belt. Good luck to everybody. Let's kill it. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to be green today, hit that like button. I'm just kidding. You can hit the like button, but you're going to be green anyway because that's what we do here. And good luck to everybody. Oh, I forgot to switch that over. That doesn't matter because I have the rest in my earphones, so we should be good. Headphones. Okay, so the scanners are a Christmas tree. You know why? Because I need to set the min float. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the min price 1. Hopefully that'll. There we go. LIVX. Nothing there just yet. CRC. No shares there. ENLC. Yeah, I saw CHK this morning. What the heck happened there? A little bit of a gap down from them, but then did they just get halted? Wait, they went up and then halted? That's got to be news related, I guess. KLXE. Range, no range there. CRC, we know we don't have any shares. CEN. Range kind of crappy there as well. So maybe everything's going down. Because now the minus I3 scan is kind of going nuts. Let's make sure we change those settings too, because we didn't update those. Did I do that right? I don't think I did. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. Take a look at some of these, I guess. FLL, range kind of sucks there. GLOP. That's actually trying to halt to the downside here. What's the float on this? 32. About almost a point move there. Dang. Thought about it. I'm just really not into longs, guys. You guys know that by now. Oh, Dennis, what's up, man? Good morning. SPY is kind of getting crushed at the moment. Feels like a Friday today. I think the guys in ISW, they were like talking about it being Martini Friday, and then I think GDT said today is his Friday because I guess he can't trade tomorrow. So I don't know. It kind of put me in that mood that it's Friday. Part of me has been kind of wishing it's Friday because this week has just been crazy. Could really kind of just use the break. Here we go, VXX, because the SPY is going down. We'll see what this wants to do here. So the move started from 40, but we have this resistance here at 38.20. As the SPY is trying to go low a day here. This is pretty much the inverse of the SPY. It's kind of getting rejected here a little bit. SPY didn't want to quite go low a day. You know me, I don't like playing those double tops. We'll leave it alone for now. Drip, oil stock. Kind of an interesting morning here so far. What do we got here? ELY. It's going to be well, the spread's actually not bad. This thing's kind of in no man's land. Not really something that we could mess with, honestly. Because if it does break here, I mean, you're pretty much guaranteed to stop out. And there's really nothing holding it down anywhere, daily or anything. So the range up is a lot more than what I would love to see it go through that high there, but it didn't. Plus, it wasn't really extended enough for us to get into it. We'll see if it wants to break through here. Not really seeing anything else at the current moment. VXX through the highs here. I actually added some other charts as well, but I don't have them up because, like I said, I just got logged in here at the last second. 22, if you hear only 3 likes, let's get that like counter up, guys. See if we can get some more people in here. If we get to 35 viewers and we have 20 likes, we can do that giveaway. So one of these days, we're going to get enough people in here to do that giveaway. So VXX is actually moving a little bit here. 30, 15. I need it to really extend, which it looks like it might be about to, because there goes the SPY low of day. See if VXX follows suit here, going the opposite way. ELY not really doing what we want. Watching VXX here. Got PNR up here. Actually, I'm a little bit more interested in this. The only problem is the spread. It's a pretty decent spread here. Yeah, we're gonna miss that because of the spread. I mean, even if we would have jumped in there, we'd still be up near where the ask is, and it's already down to previous resistance. So we can't do anything there. Nice, that was a call out by Brian right off the scanner. I saw it, but I didn't pull it up. Should have. A little bit earlier, we might have caught that move through the whole dollar. See what FLWS does here. Is this at all-time highs? Excuse me. EXPR is making some kind of a crazy move here. See if we can't get this move up through 250. Pretty big move there on some crazy volume. Got some nice resistance up here at 258, 260. What is this candle? I can't click on it. 270. So we just wanted that move up through 250. Couldn't quite get it. Let's pull, what was that other one? FLWS back up here. See if we can get this move through 21. Looks like it wants to try here. Come on, come on. Oh, come on. Man, we cannot get anything to do what we want. Look at that huge drop. Now look at the spread. 20-cent spread. We can't get anything to really kind of give us that little bit more of a oomph that we're looking for. All right, maybe it's not done here. We're being fun today.
So much to do, especially with eating.
So, so do they have an appointment today or not? Or are they tomorrow?
Brayden has his well visit appointment
Today, right. And then his up there to get his blood done tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. And what about Camden?
Camden's is via Zoom tomorrow.
Okay. That's with Bayside?
With Children's.
Why is he at Children's?
His GI crap.
Oh.
Literally. It's a follow-up.
Gotcha. Still couldn't get there. $20.99. Gonna let this play out, see if it wants to get into a little bit of a descending triangle. We have MOBL up as well. Volume there is really crappy though. I can't really find anything right now. Look at the spread on this, 19 cents. I mean, it's just tough. Things a little spready. LIVX is kind of grinding here. Very grindy. Range isn't very good either. MTOR attempting to do something. Love to see LIVX make a actual move. And see, that's the problem with the spread. It basically picks a direction and then we'll try to continue that in that direction. So it was like, who's gonna budge first? The bid or the ask? The buyers or the sellers? Just gonna stop looking at it because we're obviously not gonna play it at this point. TEN, get a decent little push up through here. I might be interested. Some pretty good resistance up here at 550 from yesterday. Dang, that MTOR like jumped up out of nowhere, came right back down. Kind of like this TEN is doing. Look at the spread on a $5 stock. What is up with the spreads this morning? Horrible. It's like everything too. It's not even like just a, it's like $2 stocks, $5 stocks, $10 stocks. Everything has a crazy spread. Check CCL. Good old Carnival. Yeah, they made a nice little dip there at the open. What's the SPY doing? Probably looks similar, yeah. SPY's trying to come back up off the bottoms. LPI, penny stock. Hey, look, we actually have shares on one of them. It's over $1. It's funny, we have all of our shares back on all of these stocks now. We can short them again, like RCL, CCL. It's because all the people that were short, I guess, got squeezed out. So now the shares are available again. EVRI. So I think we just played this one recently. HTZ, apparently they were in some bankruptcy talk yesterday. AVTR here could be interesting. See if we get that breakout, get a move up here. It's not like it wants to. I'm just not seeing things very well today. If there are things to see, to be honest, a lot of everything I've pulled up has had a pretty nasty spread on it. And doing single entry like I am, spreads are kind of a big deal, so I have to really pay attention to them. Watching IMMU here on my second chart. Seeing if this wants to make a move up towards 3150. On the same move, obviously, I would be interested. This AVTR just kind of chilling. Volume on it's pretty crappy. I was really looking for this thing to extend up up near 17. Right, we had the high set there. We were looking for it to extend through, but it looks more like a fake out here, and we're not really extended at all, so we're not really interested in this. See if the scanner wants to bring that back up, if it does make a run. MTDR, let's pull up IMMU, see what I'm looking at here. Nice bounce off VWAP. Some pretty good resistance here from yesterday, especially that's the high from yesterday. Here we go. See if we can get a pop up there towards 50. There it is. See if we can get that little pop through. Just try and got to 50 and got rejected that quick. I don't like seeing that because now we already had, a big seller. We're looking for that seller after we get in, right? That's what we want after we get in, not before, right? We want that selling pressure to be there. What's the other one? MTDR. Let's pull that one up because this one clearly isn't doing what we want. We can't seem to get anything to do what we want here this morning. It's where patience can suck sometimes. We actually have shares on I again as well. Look at that. Down to $1.30. Holy smokes. I remember we were trading that thing up in the 20s, like near 30s, I think. It wasn't that long ago. It's crazy how quick a company can get smacked. Here's Roku making a move. We actually have shares on another penny stock here, XELA. Interesting when Brian just called this one out. So we wouldn't be able to, we'd have to put in our own shares here. I wouldn't even really know where to start with this thing. I have to take like 200-300 shares, looking for like a 7-ish cents pullback. So Roku, something I'd be more interested in. Actually, let's see what this thing does. Might have to manually do this, but if this wants to make a interesting run here. All right, this feels toppy right here. Let's see if we can get that move back down towards 50. I don't know where that would put us. I mean, I could do the math real quick, but we're just going to kind of play this one like we normally would. Let's see. Let's just put it right at 50. See if it wants to give us that quick pullback. Kind of gonna watch the P&L here to see if it were to go against this. See where we're at when it gets there. I mean, I could do the math real quick. Let's see. Calc. So we're at 0.5. So we're at 56. What do we need to divide it by? Be 10. So 10 cents. So duh. Okay. So I'm an idiot. So if we really want, so we would need 46 by 66. So let's put that there. And we can put the stop there too. So even that, it's a little bit further than I would like it. Point 66. Maybe we'll just scale out of this. I'm a little out of my comfort zone here. What just happened? It tried to buy 100 shares there? I'm confused. 175. Okay, so take 100 out there. I don't know why that messed up like it did. I tried to get those under 50 there, but close enough. What did we get? We actually got 50. It only got the 49 anyway. So then we'll put the rest here at high of day. So 50. We'll just put them at 57. It's kind of interesting. I've never played a stock like this. So if this wants to go high of day, we'll stop out the rest. There we go. All right. Okay. On to some other stuff. Just kind of playing around there. I took the trade manually because we obviously don't have a button for penny stocks because we would obviously need a lot more shares than we're taking. Probably should have ended up taking more shares, and that actually would have been the move we were looking for. But we'll see. We'll see if we can use our pivot points to get out these last shares. Hopefully I didn't miss anything that I normally would have taken. This thing's definitely fighting here at 50 cents. It's like my first, I think this is like my first penny stock that I've ever played. But I told you guys, I've been watching them. They make the same types of moves, right? Nice extension. We were waiting for that actual pop, kind of grindy, and then we get that pop. And it felt toppy, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna jump in. This feels no different than any other trade. All right, so if we get under 49 here, we'll have a pivot point at 53, so we'll move our stop down. So all we got to do is get through 49. Yeah, what is the float on this? That's the other thing that really gets me sometimes is these penny stocks have some pretty high floats. Which I looked at it, I just don't remember what it is now. I know that it wasn't like a low float. Plus I have my scanner set to where it wouldn't be a low float anyway. Yeah, 76 mil. That's not too high. It's actually kind of perfect. So looking for this thing to get back through. There we go, 49. We're trying to get back through 50. See if we can get through that 49 area. All right, we're through. So we're going to move our pivot point down. Put it right above. It's kind of hard because I don't know if we can actually trade these like the cents after. So I'll just use a full penny there. So from 53 to 54. It's crazy the amount of volume these things get. Look at the volume, 42 million, just racking it. So we're ultimately looking for VWAP here, possibly this 44. So let's put a range in here. So low range, looking for 44. High range is now at 54. So let's cancel this order. We'll put the range in, and we're good to go. Probably should have made this 45 just to front run it a little bit. Let's move it up there, 45. Front run VWAP, the VWAP bounce, as well as the previous resistance. Some MTDR calls here. Okay, this is right at high of day. I would be interested in MTDR, but we need to see this thing go high of day. Or it is high of day, but we need to see it go through the pre-market highs here. After our pre-market, I'd like to see it extend through that. I do like the chart, but these double tops, I'm just not a fan. See what it wants to do if it gets through 850 here. It is pretty extended though. Talking about MTDR. Chart looks really good now, but I don't want to play the double top. I'd rather wait and see what we can get here if it pops through 850. It's trying it now. So getting the big bounce here on XELA off the bottom there. See what it wants to do at 50. MTDR, there it goes through 50. See what we can do above here. Would really like to see it get up there through 860. That's where the after hours high was. There we go, we're to 860. So now I need to figure out what I'd be looking for if we do get through, because this is a pretty big move. Pretty extended. I think I'd like to give myself some room through the whole dollar up there. Some crazy price action right here where it's currently at 860. A little bit of a battle going on. So XELA is starting to look a little bit bullish now, right? It's starting to look like it found a bottom and it's starting to come back up. But that's why we play the pivot points. It's like, can I put 53.5 in? Will it let me do that? Let's try. No, it just goes to 54. Well, it says 53.5, but it put 54 on the chart. So we'll see. Because the pivot is actually 52.4. So maybe let's just put it at 53. But it did say my range order is at 53.5. Let's put it at 53. So I'm not a fan at how, yeah, there it goes. MTDR going up a little bit higher. I didn't like how it tried to get shoved down and just got bought right back up. Not a fan of that. So I'm definitely going to be waiting here because we're at a double top from the after hours high yesterday. So I'm going to kind of let this one go. If it wants to extend itself from there, I'd be fine, but this is it's feeling a little grindy ever since I pulled it up. This XELA is battling here at 50 cents. It is, the bulls and the bears are not sure what they want to do. I'm actually going to take, well, it's actually trying to go here again. I was going to say, if MTDR wants to just kind of chill at this 50 area, I'm just going to look at other things with this chart. So I'm not a huge fan of how it's acting. It's kind of what it's doing. It's just chilling here at 50 cents. It keeps getting bought up every time it tries to go through. It's definitely extended. The chart looks good. Just seems like it's being propped up a little bit. I'm just trying to go down here. No, right back up to 50. XELA is unsure what it wants to do. What is? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything here with GCI. No, INSM. INSM actually looks kind of nice here. The volume on it sucks though. So there goes XELA through 50 again. That might be enough for it to squeeze up there. Back up to 52. We're sitting at 53. That pivot was right here at 52.4. Let's see what it does there. It did get rejected right there for a second. Watch INSM is my main watch here on my other chart. It's just stalled though. The chart looks really good, but it's just stalled. The last price to go through was 23.47. The bid is currently at 23.60. And there it goes. Now we're up to 23.71. Stocks like that, you know you're in low volume territory when the bid and ask are going up and there's no printed price. It's definitely kind of a scary looking one here. Spread's not bad. It's only 5 cents. It just did it again. The bid went up 10 cents and there was no prints, and then one finally went through. So XELA coming back down here, which is good for us, right? We got rejected right at that pivot point. So no reason to get out. The only bad thing about that is we have no way to lower our pivot point if it goes low a day now, right? Because we're still at that same spot. Because it went up and double topped. Yes, yes. We'll pick them up and stop dropping them. I don't know what else to tell you. You keep dropping them. What do you think? They're just not going to eat them?
You gotta pick them up to do what they're picking
And that quick INSM dropped back down to where I would not feel comfortable playing it. 40 cent spread as well. So we'll get rid of that one. MTDR is just fighting here at that 840 level. Like I said, you could kind of tell it was doing that. Just not interested in it. This XELA is just uncertain. It is like, I want to go back through 50. No, I want to go back lower. No, I want to go through. INSM, I feel like you need some balls to play something like this because it's got a 40 cent spread. Even if I would have got in at 23.80, the ask only ever came down to 23.70 and now it's back up to 23.90, even though the bid is at 23.57. So there was really nothing I could do there. 40 cent spread. Spreads are not good for the strategy that I am trying to use. So still sitting here at 44 on XELA, letting it do its thing. Just need that little push down. It bottomed out again here at 46.4. What is this one? 46.5. So that 46.5 area is holding strong as of right now. Oh, we got the 8 EMA thing going on here. Let's see. Yeah, if we scroll in, it is kind of under the 8 EMA now, kind of hitting it. It did poke through there, though. What do you do then? What do you do if it pokes through? Is that where you would have exited? Just curious. INSM looking like it's going to work out. Yep, there it goes. I would have got in 40 cents for it. Yeah, 80. Yeah, yep, we would have just got filled right there on that push back down. INSM would have been a good trade. I definitely pussed out of that one. Excuse my French. But yeah, I just didn't like the spread that I was seeing. Plus the volume is like super low on it. Looks like Brian and V both nailed it though, so good for them. Glad somebody got it. Yeah, that's the problem with those types of trades. It's like either you're immediately wrong or immediately right once they decide what they want to do. So this, I mean, this does feel bearish. We just got to get through that 46.5 area. And then we might get that little flush back down there towards VWAP, or at least this previous resistance, which is at 44. I thought that was at 43. Oh, that's right. We got in at 43. Why did we have... I thought we raised this. Didn't we raise it to 45? Maybe we went from 43 to 45. I don't remember, to be honest. We'll let it do its thing. I mean, we even have more resistance here now, which lets us know that we're in a good spot. So if it wants to go through there, the odds are it's going to continue up. MTDR here. Brian actually just mentioned that they're on earnings. Oh, this is actually the one that we were looking at earlier that I said was consolidating there at 850. And as you can see, or 840. And that's exactly what happened. Ended up stopping there. It looked like a descending triangle. Was not. It ended up going higher on a nice little squeeze here. The 50 getting tested again there and getting shoved right back down. This thing is, it's actually pretty whippy. I mean, for going back and forth. I mean, the thing is, if you take the denominations out of it and you're just watching the chart, it looks no different than another chart. It looks no different than a $50 chart, you know, trading the same way. It's just, you know, it's all denominations. Which the more I've been looking at these penny stocks, the more I enjoy them. Like, the charts are no different. So it's, as long as the float's there, as long as it's not some like crazy low floater, I have no reason to trade it any differently. Yeah, the DT on MTDR was definitely a failed one. It's looking like it might come back down, though. Made a nice little run there, though. So this is looking really heavy now here on XELA. We're in kind of a bigger... There we go. We got that break of 46, I think, maybe. 46.4, 46.5. What did we get to? 46.3. So we did get through it. Let's see if we can get down through 46. There it is, 45. See if we can get down to 44. There we go, making a nice little push down here. There it is, we're on the bit. Boom. There we go. Look at that. We were like right on the VWAP bounce there too. I was just trying to get through.
Longer than 5 minutes at a time.
I like it. Nice little trade there on XELA. So this is exactly what I plan on doing in the future. Getting those single entries and then trying to scale out the best that I can. So this is a good example of hopefully what the future looks like.
What do you want?
So yeah, their MTDR coming back down a little bit here. Hopefully for, I think some of the guys in ISW are in that. Hopefully they got that add up through 9 and now it's coming back down. That's one silly OneDrive. I always forget that I have to open that when I restart my computer.
1, 2, pick something.
Really love the way that chart looks, not gonna lie. That's probably one of the best trades I've had lately. Best trade I think this week for you. Nice, Dennis, very nice. The only thing I would have done differently in the future is when I get a nice drop like that, I'd probably be taking 75% of my position there, not 25 or 50%. So I was fumbling around just a little bit trying to figure out how I wanted to play it because I've never did a manual trade. Well, I have done a manual trade, but I haven't done it with the current one-to-one system. So I was just kind of confused at how I wanted to play it, so I just ended up kind of taking some profits right after that because this was a pretty big drop down. There's no saying that this wasn't going to go right back to high of day. So the idea behind it is to scale out a little bit there. So let's take a look over at MTDR real quick. So MTDR, this is the one I was talking about earlier where it had a nice extension. But if you look at that line from the after hours last night, I really wanted to see it go through that. That's what we were looking for as far as the extension. But it got right to it, and it started to consolidate here at 840, right? So these are kind of like grind, and then you finally did get a nice little pop here, extension. But as you can see, it just did not want to break down through that area. And what happens as a result? You get the DT here, but unfortunately, there was enough support there and enough buying pressure to where it decided it wanted to go higher. And that's kind of currently where we're at. It went right down to that 8 EMA, apparently, and bounced right off of it. And there it goes. It's trying to do that exact same thing again. It is interesting sometimes to see that 8 EMA. It's like when I pull it up, sometimes it's working, and then other times it's not. And of course, it seems like every time on stream that I pull it up, it seems to be working. What did INSM end up doing? Oh, yeah, that would have been a good one. Is that better? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Blue screen of death. Just was talking to you guys, and then out of nowhere it said, hey, I'm going to restart your computer with a big old blue screen. It's kind of interesting because last night I was playing Counter-Strike, and it actually crashed on me. It wasn't the blue screen of death, but it was very similar. Or it just kind of froze on me. So a little frustrating. Not sure what that's all about. Might have to actually look up what code's through there. He didn't sleep very well. MTDR, that's the one we're looking at. Yeah, believe it or not, this is exactly, I mean, we're supposed to have thunderstorms today, which is why I was trying to get the mobile app working. But if something like that were to happen, that's exactly why I'd like to have access on my phone so that I could, you know, be able to log in just in case. See what XELA ended up doing. It's still kind of chilling there at View App, so wouldn't have given us any more just yet. Just a really nice looking chart there as far as the trade goes. Pretty happy with that one. But yeah, I would be pretty anxious too, trading low floats, knowing that at any time, if my computer went out, if I didn't have a stop in, it could suck. MTDR actually looking like it's headed back up again. So I might have to get out of here anyways. I'm going to give this about another 2.5 minutes and see if he calms down. I did not. You know what? Let's see if, now that I changed the password, let's see if I can get it to work right now. Let's see, DOS. Okay, so I logged on here. So my charts and stuff might stop working here because let me show you real quick. So this popped up saying someone has logged on with your ID. So I've been logged off. So let's see. I've never actually, I'll have to mess around with this a little bit later. Let's see, chart, symbol, MTDR. You can change, this is pretty cool. You can like change, I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. There's different things, you can like put it on different, let's put it on the 2 minute for 1 day. Let's see, study. No, we don't need studies. Okay. The symbol not found. This trade. Okay. So that's, if you hit trade, that takes you to the montage. There we go. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, look, it's working. Let's pull up XELA and see if it shows our trades on here. XELA. Enter. I wonder if I might have to go into the settings to see it, but they aren't on here currently. I'll have to mess with this, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's working. And right up here is where you change like the time frames. The green button, you can hit trade. It'll take you to the montage and study. You can change the studies on here if you want them on there. Let me hit trade so you guys can see it. Yeah, right down at the bottom is where you'd input everything. This is basically a montage on your phone. So like if for some reason you were in a trade and you need to just put in a stop order real quick, you could do it. So that's pretty awesome. That's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm excited that that works. So that's something with CMEG. It comes with it. So pretty cool. Let's log back in here. See what SM is doing. Was this halted? No? Okay, there goes the chart. Maybe it's because it was still logging in. Yeah, it's DOS. The app is for DOS's platform, but you would just use your CMEG credentials, which I had up earlier. You would need to go to their portal. Let me show you real quick. Let's see if I can scroll this up. There we go. So as you'll see, mobile access, and then down here it shows you when you first log in, and this is free. It comes with it. I just never really looked into it, but I saw we were supposed to have some nasty thunderstorms today, so I figured I'd look into it. But yeah, when it pops up, you'll just put this ETFA in for firm ID, and this stuff should autofill for you. So, oh, you guys can't see that. Oh, crap. Let me scroll this over. So here it is. So at the bottom of this, if you log into your portal, go over here to mobile access, then scroll down. If you put this firm ID in ETFA, it'll then auto-populate these other two. And then you just log in using your CMEG credentials, and you're good to go. So pretty simple. So SM actually looks nice here. It's a little grindy, though. And we're not really through that previous resistance too much of like 377 area. See if this wants to push up through 4. Might be interested. Pretty extended move. This is on SSR. Look at this. I like it. So we're going to have to hit the ask here. See if we can't get in here. All right. We're in SM. I like it here because it would really have to extend through 4, and it's already an extended move, and we're looking for that previous resistance to be used as our take profit area. So it went right to 4. This thing's kind of squeezing. Honestly, wasn't expecting it to really test 4 right there. It kind of felt toppy. Man, right through. Uh-oh. Might be a little early to the party here. Yeesh. This might be one where we get stopped out and get right back in. Man, look at this thing. Oh, it's definitely looking that way. I'm ready to hit the button again. Unfortunately, we'd have to get filled on the ask again. It's not looking good, though. 2 more cents, 1 more cent. All right, we're out. We're going to try to get back in here. All right, we're back in. It's a pretty big float, too. I'm surprised it moved like that. 106 mil. This is the move we probably should have waited for the first time. Now, I did make a new rule here where we try it twice. If we're wrong twice, then we can have one last trade on it, which is where we let the para kind of finish, and then we look to play the descending triangle / backside. But we're going to see if this works out here for us. So if this starts to come down towards 4, we're going to try to scale out of this one as well, because we are pretty extended here. All right, see if we can get that 4 test here. We'll get out most of our position. I know our 1-to-1 would have been at 398, but I'd like to front run this 4 a little bit because this was pretty strong and it'd be a pretty quick move back down. Be very unfortunate if we don't. We were pretty close there. Which actually means we should put our stop at break even because we were pretty close there. Which we are going to do if it wants to try to go back up. See if we can get that fill here at 4. Pretty close. There we go. There we go. Okay. I was hoping we got some slippage there, but we didn't. All right, so we're out most of our position. So we're just going to put our stop up there at high of day for now, and we're going to play the pivots. So 418, or our break even, sorry. Stop 25, market 418. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. So we're good to go. And now we're going to see if we can ride this back down at least to that previous resistance. It's probably going to take a little bit because that was a pretty big move back down. I doubt this is going to just give it all back at once. But we could put a range order in. Well, no, because we're gonna try to pivot out of this. We'll see what happens. Unless it wants to give us that previous resistance right away, which it might. Jeez. Say 375. I might take this manually here. Or like under 380, I think we're gonna take it. Probably should have just took it there. It felt very much like the bottom. I got a feeling this might squeeze back up here. That was a pretty big move down looking at the chart. See if we can get that push down under 80 here. It's kind of leveling out here a little bit. There we go. Big order there at 85. If we can test it again, we might get that eaten through. See, it looks like it disappeared. It's not sitting there anymore. Could have been some liar's poker there on the level 2. So I guess almost technically we could say we're at a pivot point here. So they're trying to prop it up again there. 392 right there. But we didn't actually really get back down through. So we're going to play the pivot points here. We have our stop sitting there at 418. If it really wants to squeeze all the way back up there, then so be it. It'll kind of suck, but just part of the game. We're waiting for it to make its pivot point here. Like I said, if on that same move it wanted to get down there to that previous resistance here, the high of day from yesterday, if we scroll out, I would have taken it. We got pretty close. We weren't quite there. So right now we do have a new pivot right there at 4. We're pretty close, so we'll move this down. We came right back down to the lows after getting up there. So if it wants to go through 4, it's fine. So we can get that right at 401 just because I want to give them an extra penny for no reason. It was actually right where we got our initial fills on the way down. So it looks like we're going to end up 2 for 3 here. We were definitely a little bit early on SM, right? We had the set risk just in case this thing wanted to continue like crazy, but it felt very toppy right there at the top, so we tried to get back in. We actually missed it on the first try because it's SSR, but we did eventually get back in.
I'm not pushing you, Brayden. I'm working. Play with something else.
Seeing if we can get this to come back down here. There we go. I want to see what it does here at this previous resistance. That's what we're really looking for here. Thomas, I'll take a look later. It might show the trades. It might just be a setting. The 84% rule, kind of, sort of, not really. I really liked the move that it was making, right? Big extension through that previous resistance. So I didn't want to not be in this move. It just so happens that when we got in, we were just a little bit early. That's all. So it's unfortunate, but we followed our rules. We let it stop us out, and then we looked for a better entry, which it ended up being a better entry, right? We stopped out at 417, and then we ended up getting back in at 418. So we got a penny. But this thing did go up to 425, and it could have kept going to 450, right? So it gave us the opportunity, as it was still squeezing, to feel out the top again instead of trying to scale into it. Even though scaling into this would have been an amazing trade. So it's starting to look like it found its bottom, unfortunately. So our pivot point sitting there at 4. That's where we're sitting with our stop as well. I was really hoping to see this thing try to get back under that 382 area and give us that previous resistance test before trying to make a bounce, but this might try to come up and do like its sloppy seconds per se. But I like the idea of the pivots. They really kind of maximize some profits, because if this were to just keep continuing down, it could really pay us. If this wanted to just go all the way down here to the lows from today, right? We could make money on that just by letting the pivots work for us. 399. We're sitting right on the north side of 4 here at 401. It's looking like it wants to at least test it. I'll be happy with the trade, though. We'll end up a little bit red on it just because we scaled out a little bit early. If you remember, our 1-to-1 was actually at 398, which we would have got, unfortunately. But we took it a little bit early just in case. This was pretty strong. I didn't want to get on the wrong side of it with the full size, even though we could have just stopped out at break even if we wanted to. But we just wanted to make sure we took the winning trade. Was just kind of using my intuition there, knowing that the whole dollar could have been some solid support. Right now it's acting as some decent resistance, so hopefully it keeps doing that. Hopefully we can get another little flush back down. Some of these bulls might give up a little bit. But I got a feeling we're going to poke through 4. It's the way it feels. It looks very curly-ish. But who knows? Maybe this is the top of the sloppy seconds. Maybe the $4 area will hold down. But the odds are if it goes through 4 here, it's going to squeeze up a little bit. So I will not be mad getting out where we are. I don't think we'll get too much slippage either because it's a pretty big float and there's a lot of shares sitting at each point. So you should get the 401 fill. I don't think it'll explode through. Some decent resistance sitting here. We'll see if they can get through it. I agree, Christian. I don't think it's going to make a new high, and that's something I've been pondering as well, as far as looking into getting some new shares on the sloppy second type trades. So it's definitely something I'm interested in. I've been paying attention to the charts a little bit when it comes to that. Yeah, Thomas, that's been a rule since day one. Once it gets close, you move down to break even. So that way, if it's unlucky and you don't get your fill, at least you're in a break even trade. You're not letting it go all the way back against you. This thing's kind of just teetering with us. Definitely feels like it's going to poke through 4, though. While this is kind of playing out, I'll show you guys how we ended up today. Make sure that's not behind my head. There we go. So ended up with 1815 there on XELA, even with the scaling out. So we got close to 1R. And as you can see, we took the first loss here on SM, putting us down 20. And I think we actually got, we got 1 cent slippage there. Or no, we actually didn't get any slippage there on the first trade. So we lost exactly 20, and then this was us trying to get it back, and we scaled out just a little bit early. If we would have just left our 1-to-1, we would have been break even on it, but we were pretty extended here, so I wanted to try to scale out of this to see if we could get more out of it, at least like maybe down to VWAP or at least this previous resistance. But as you can see, it's kind of struggling, trying to go back a little bit higher. I think we're putting in a little bit of a sloppy seconds here before making a move back down towards VWAP. So hopefully 4 can hold for us here and we can try to ride it back down. But even if we don't, we'll be a little bit red here on SM, but then XELA will make up for it a little bit. And then, so it'll be about like a 0.7-ish R type day. So can't be too upset with it. I'll be happy to be green on the last day of the month. Typically isn't something I'm used to. Usually we tend to have some bad days on the last day of the month, but we knocked that one out on Monday earlier this week. So we're actually building some resistance a little bit under 4 here, which is nice as well. Remember, we had some pretty decent shares sitting there at 4. So, I mean, obviously these could be the same shares, who knows, but starting to build up a little bit of a seller wall. Oh, as I say that, it goes right through. Looks like we're going to get that squeeze. There it is, and we're through. So we actually did get 1 cent slippage there, which is kind of frustrating, but let's see if it squeezes like we thought. There it goes, 4 or 5. The odds are this will probably go a little bit higher. And this is the sloppy seconds that you're actually trying to find, right? You're looking for that big push through. But there's no reason for us to hold the position any longer. Because if we were really interested in trading it again, right, we just get out and we get back in. But we're not planning. Oh, look at that big drop. Somebody was waiting for that 4 pop to dump their shares. So that's all I got for you guys today. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the little post notification bell or whatever, let you know when I go live. Don't forget to hit that like button. one at least 10. I only see 8. So it means it's probably 9. But I'm going to get out of here. Go play with the kids. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning. Have a good rest of your day. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. And I'll see you later. Peace.